Go ahead, Desmond.
Hey, my name is Desmond Misivi. I originally immigrated to Canada about 10 years ago. I think April 22nd this year. It's going to be making me 10 years in Canada. I actually initially came here to study. I did study civil engineering. I had completed school already. I've worked for a couple of companies here in Toronto as well. And finally decided that, I have to do something else and trying to get into some video content creation.
Something creative.
Yes.
And then Edward, you've always been doing like creative stuff, right?
I come from a background of like actors and writers. So that's kind of where I've always seen my life going. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what was it about civil engineering? Like, is it one of those questions like you don't even know where to begin?
Well, I mean, it's when we were growing up, I think it was like a parent idea. Like our parents always, encourage you got to go to school, make sure you get a good job, And so based on that, our parents have a certain expectation of you, right? And then so when you go to school, there's all these things that are thrown at you, right? Nobody spends the time to like say, hey, look, this is what's going to be happening in the future. This is what's going to come. So you can make like better choices on what you want to do. You just pick something and then just follow it to the point where you realize, no, maybe this is not for me. Yeah. I believe that a lot of people go to school here, but then end up never working in whatever they're trying to, like what they initially studied.
Yeah. My story is similar. Like I went to school for business, but like I work in programming.
Yeah.
That's like a little bit atypical. Like most programmers like studied like engineering or like, I don't know. But like I've always been creative. So like I think like programming is like another creative outlet, although it doesn't normally get classified as that. Right.
Sure.
Yeah. And then engineering though is like a very universal like skill set, right? They love, I've heard like a lot of like businesses love even hiring people who've done engineering just because they have like general problem solving skills.
Yeah. It's the big thing in engineering. You gotta, in order for you to succeed, you have to have like problem solving skill.
Yeah. Do you have like, did you get the ring, the civil engineering ring, or did you get like?
I didn't make it up to that level.
Oh, okay.
I think life just cut me at some point. I was like, okay, I got to get into the workforce fast.
Yeah. So no bridge attestation that it's not going to collapse.
No,
right? Wow,
no.
There's a word for you. Huh? Wow, that's a mouthful.
I know.
And then so likewise, like I have friends, Edward, who work in film, and it's like such a grind. It's such a grind. Like I remember coming like talking to them like tech startup world, and almost just being like, you got to hustle, you got to do this, because that's kind of how it is in tech. Like you can be 22 and somehow raise like $100 million, but they were like, no, film minimum 35 before you can, like,
pretty much. I mean, like, I went to film school like right out of high school, did my degree, and it was all the networking and me being like freshly 18, 19 years old and not having any social